Gopi Jana Balanga Girivara Jari Gopi Jana Balanga Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Rangana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Rangana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari Jayam Vishnupat Paramamsa Parivrajika Jaya Sutara Stati Srimad is divine loving grace. Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya. Jayam Vishnupat Paramamsa Parivrajika Jaya Sutara Stati Srimad is divine loving grace. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya. Ananti Koti Vaishnavanda Ki Jaya. Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jaya. Transcendental Buddhist Solution Ki Jaya. Sri Chaitanya Tatamrita Ki Jaya. Gaura Premanande. All glories to the sum of the devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Kesam Sarvate Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Vidya Guru Panamjani Yevchi Sunyavari Pashitari Shitari. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Yeah. So we're reading from the Sri Chaitanya Tattva, also a little bit of the diary. So I start with the diary.
Mark, in another place yesterday we read from the false place, so now I put
on the right place. Okay. I thought it was on the right date yesterday. January 13th, 1976.
Another.
Here?
Another part of the mark. Another part of the mark. The first one.
Oh, there. Did I read that? 1 second.
Middle in the chapter.
Okay. So we have to read that a little bit in front then, or else it doesn't make sense. Prabhupada recalled that formerly, at least before Indian independence, people were still very honorable. He remembers one lawyer whose father had died insolvent, which means without money, owing many lakhs of rupees. When he became 301.
I have another pages I need. Here? Or here?
Here I am. Mm-hmm. When he became a wealthy barrister, he then called all his father's creditors and repaid them. Explained that this is the law of Manu. If a son inherits all the assets of his father, he must also inherit all his debts. However, a father leaving his son large debts means he is an enemy. One would never expect to find an enemy within his own family, but according to Chanakya Pandit, there are 4 enemies in the family. The father who dies as a debtor, a son who is a rascal, a mother who marries again, and a beautiful wife. He didn't have a good relationship with his wife. Now everyone is hankering after a very beautiful wife. And Chanakya Pandit said, then you are bringing one's enemy. Just see what is this type of civilization. Because if you become too much attached to wife, then you'll never be able to go out of home and take sannyas. Of course, he added, laughing, everyone's wife is very attractive in their eyes. But Srila Prabhupada himself, when he was married, he liked someone else. And I forgot who told him, it's good that you're not so attracted to your wife. Then he said, okay. So he said, of course, he added, laughing, everyone's wife is very attractive to the husband. Even if ugly, Tamal Krishna Maharaj chimed in, yes. It is in one's eye that she's very beautiful. It does not require other recommendation. It doesn't matter whether she is low caste or high caste. If she's attractive, then it's all right. Therefore, Rupavati Bharya Satru. Chanakya Pandit's instructions are very, very nice. Prabhupada laughed as he recounted how his father had saved him, it's written here, from his material entanglement. You know my story? My father's instruction, he asked us. We smiled eagerly and crowded in a little more to hear. Yes, my wife was never beautiful to my sight. Because at those days, the marriage were arranged. You didn't choose a wife. The father said, this will be a good wife for you. So I wanted to marry again, and my father advised, don't do it. She is your friend, that you don't like her, just see. But still, Prabhupada, you said that your schoolwork was a little impeded, Ramakrishna said. No, that's natural. In young time, when there is a young girl, that is also said, Yovana Kukari Sundari. When a woman is in full youth, even if she's like a dog, she's beautiful. Everyone laughed loudly and Ramakrishna asked whose statement that was. I don't know, Prabhupada said, but it's going on. Prabhupada grinned. As usual, he gave the philosophical underpinning. It is by nature arrangement. The woman is given a chance at a time of youthfulness. Otherwise, how she will be given protection by a man? They require protection. If somebody is not attracted, then how she gets protection? This is natural. He revealed the psychology of arranged marriages, still prevalent in India. In the West, this practice is considered objectable, and no one understands its true purpose. But the spiritually based society is different. The social system in India is that a boy, say 20 or 25 years, and a girl 12 or 16 years, they must be married. And before marriage, the girl should not see any boy, and the boy should not see any woman. Then life is all right. Nowadays, it has been practiced that the boy goes to see the girl, but formerly it was not so. Not before that. The psychology is that when they require a man or a girl, so whenever she is or he is, they accept and remain chaste. So there is no separation. He strongly denounced the defective, cultureless modern civilization, comparing it to a society of pigs. Because the pig has no discrimination in the matter of eating and having sex. They eat anything and have sex even with their immediate relatives, like the sister or the mother. He declared that overall people are acting on the level of animals. He quoted the Bhagavatam's description of democracy. People who are like hogs, dogs, camels and asses glorify and vote in as their leaders other big animals. Just study whether it's not the civilization of asses and pigs. You have to first understand first of all, is it not? He gave a second one sentence appraisal of modern life. They are working hard like an ass just to become an ideal pig. Is it not this civilization? Yes. How Shastra has picked up the example, just see. Nayam deha deha bayam liloke kaschan kaman arhate vit bujam ye. This is not civilization. This is civilization. Tapasya. No meat eating. No this, that, and become perfect. Ideal Brahman life. This is civilization. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Unless you become civilized like this, there's no opportunity of Brahma Jigyasa. And so long you do not inquire about Brahman, that you remain, that pigs and hogs and asses. Whole day and night, eat stew, and as soon as you get another opposite party, have sex. Doesn't matter whether it's daughter or mother or sister, that's all. Take Freud's philosophy and become highly advanced in civilization. Now Freud's philosophy is being translated in Hindi and so many other languages. We are advancing in civilization, Indians. They are translating this Freud philosophy, pig civilization. He laughed. People therefore do not come to us. They avoid us because they, the devotees, are not pigs. A telegram arrived from Mahamsa Swami in the south. Nellore lady refused relaxing conditions. Please advise. It seems Mahamsa hasn't yet received Prabhupada's letter written on the 18th, so Prabhupada reiterated his clear and simple instruction. There should be no relaxing of conditions on our part. We can either purchase or accept charity, but we cannot accept any of their conditions. When he signed the letter later in that day, he added in his own handwriting, if they decline, then try to acquire the land through government, because we have already installed the foundation stone. Sometime during his evening massage, Prabhupada chats a little before sleeping. This evening, as he lay on his bed in the quiet semi-darkness, with me perched cross-legged alongside him, he asked if there were any mosquitoes inside his net. It is such a cruel animal, he said. I asked if the living entity obtained that sort of body because it desired to harm others. Prabhupada said yes. He wants to drink the blood of others, so he's given facility. But only a very small body, so it only can make less than a drop. It has one pipe, and in less than a second it can immediately penetrate the skin. So wonderful is its creation. But he added that still nature has an arrangement whereby before biting, the mosquito buzzes in the ear just to warn its victim, I'm here. Get it? Here, and then. Prabhupada said, don't kill only if he attacks. So one time, Shruti Kirti was massaging Prabhupada and there were mosquitoes in the net. And he wanted to get rid of them, say, no, no, no. And then suddenly they came to Prabhupada, now you can. Prabhupada says, yes, it wants to drink the blood of others, so it is given facility. But only a very small body, so it can only take less than I read that already. Every night, when Srila Prabhupada takes rest, Anaka Dundapi comes in. Remember, yesterday I told him about him? Into Prabhupada's workroom to set up a very large square net over his desk and asana so that he can translate in the night without botheration. The next is almost like a small tent, and sometimes mosquitoes get trapped inside it during its erection. Therefore, I developed the habit of checking it after finishing Prabhupada's massage in the bedroom. I sit inside in it for a minute or so and capture and remove any that have been trapped. Last evening, I was attempting to remove a couple of the unfriendly insects when, to my surprise, Srila Prabhupada also entered under the protective canopy to begin his night work. He was sitting behind his desk, unperturbed as I, on my hands and knees on the other side, tracked down one last mosquito. I had his woolen cap in my hand, using it as a swatter. Seeing my prey settled high in one corner to the net, I swung. Whoop! The tiny body fell to the ground, apparently dead. I wasn't too happy at having killed it, but what could be done? If it wasn't removed, it would bite Srila Prabhupada all night, disturb his translation work, and maybe even giving him malaria. I picked up the corpse and tossed it out from under the net. It landed a few inches away on the clean white sheet. Prabhupada silently watched the whole procedure. Suddenly, as we both looked on, it stirred, shook its wings and flew off. It wasn't dead after all. Srila Prabhupada gave a happy exclaim, Hare Krishna. He was very pleased to see that I had only stunned my enemy, my quarry. I was also happy and became more so when he narrated a similar history of his own. I also did this. One insect was buzzing. It was very annoying. And I gave it a slap and it fell down. His face softened with compassion and regret. Then I was very sorry. Oh, I've killed this poor creature. But suddenly it got up and flew off. Oh, then I was very glad. He remembered to give me another revealing glimpse of Srila Prabhupada's kindness and concern for every living being, even those that might be aggressors. I felt happy to have escaped an offense to the mosquitoes and privileged to have shared a moment of intimate confession with Srila Prabhupada. Jai. So beautiful. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah. The more you become pure, so I put it there now, the more you become soft-hearted and feel compassion and sad for the suffering of other living entities. And, that's why there is Harinam and Sankirtan going on to help those in the material world that are suffering but are not aware that they are suffering, and to give them Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So now we read from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So yesterday I told the story about this Anakadunabi who sets up the net. I told, they know, but you four don't know because you were not there. Were you? You were in Gauradesh also? Yeah. So in 1973 I went to, from Holland, we went to the Manor for Rath Yatra in July. And on the way, we stopped for the toilet and I put my bead bag outside the door. And then we drove off, and then I forgot about it, that I had hung my bead bag. So, and they didn't want to return because we were far away. So then I was in the Manor and I had no bead bag, no beads. So I was like, like this, doing japa time. And then this devotee called Anakadudabi, which is a name of Vasudeva, the father of Krishna, he saw that and he gave me some beads to chant on. That was in 73. Well, in 77, I moved to the manor to start to live there. I lived there from 77 till 85. So when I went there, I thought, then I will see this devotee. And then, that would be nice. But he wasn't there anymore. He had moved to Mayapur. As you can see now, he was serving Prabhupada there. He was cooking also. So then only in 1973 I joined. I was on my way to India. So, because I was looking for the truth, for why I was alive. So then the president of the temple told me, well, now you found what you were looking for, why don't you move in the temple? So I moved in the temple. And then afterwards he said, in the class, you can't buy a ticket to Vrindavan. Krishna will arrange it. So only in 1981, 7 or 8 years later, I went to India. So then I went to Mayapur, and then I heard that this devotee Anakadunabi was in Mayapur. So I thought, now I will see him and I'll tell him, do you remember me? So I went up the stairs to the temple, and he came at the same time down. And the first thing he said to me, he said, I was just remembering you. So I was telling that yesterday, that sometimes, you think of someone, and then you see them the same day or the next day, or they call you, or so. I find it very, like mystical almost. But in this case, it was that he picked up my thinking of him, that he was thinking of me, which was even more interesting. Anyway, so that was nice. Okay.
It was this devotee about whom we were reading today, no?
Huh? Yeah, Anaka Dundabi. Anaka Dundabi. It's the name of Vasudeva. Very tall, English. I don't know where he is nowadays. So, let me see, is there a thing also? Is it this one or that one? Is it 89 or 88?
90.
He speaks in Dutch.
He speaks Dutch.
Vers 90.
Is het 88 of 89?
90.
Wat zegt hij English?
90.
90? Hier?
Ja, 90.
Okay. You speak English, right?
Yes.
You speak German?
Some extent.
What you speak better, English or German?
English.
English better. Yeah, it's translated in German or in Russian. So we speak in English. But you also listen to me, then you can learn English. 90, huh? Ekeka dina ekeka grame la ila magina annakute hare saba hara sitahanna ekeke dina. I will do it one line at a one line, and then I'm just trying if it works. Ekeka dina ekeka grame la ila magina.
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame, laila magina.
Ekeka dina ekeka grame la ila magina.
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame,
La ila magina. Annakutakare sabe harasita hanna.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hanna.
Eke kadina, eke kadina, eke kagrame. No, but now I've got it wrong. Eke kadina, eke kagrama, la ila magina. Eke kadina, eke kagrame,
la ila magina.
Eke kadina, eke kagrame, la ila magina.
Eke kadina, eke kagrame, la ila magina.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hanna.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hanna.
Are you Bengali? Okay. Then you could say, then you could tell us how it's supposed to be. All right. Someone else wants to read it? Janta?
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame, la ila magina.
Okay. Well, wait. Try to see if you can learn it by heart. Yeah. So we'll repeat. So try to see and then look. Because it's only 2 lines. Okay, one time more.
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame, la ila magina.
Ekeka dina, ekeka gram, la ila magina.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hana.
Annakutakare sabahara sitahana. Anyone else?
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame, la ila magina.
Ekeka dina, ekeka gram, la ila magina.
Anakutakare sabe harasita hanna.
Annakutakare sabahara sitahana. Ekeka dina, ekeka gram, la ila magana. Anakutakare sabahara sitahana. Ekeka dina, ekeka gram, la ila magina. Anakutakare sabahara sitahana.
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame, la ila magina.
Ekeka dina, ekeka gram, la ila magina.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hanna.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hana.
Anyone knows it by heart? Try.
Ekeka dina, ekeka grame, la ila magina.
Yes.
Ekeka dina, ekeka
Gram, la ila magina.
Annakutakare sabe harasita hana.
Annakutakare sabe
Yeah.
harasita hanna.
So you can remember the anakuta and then remember the next line starts with a K. Anakutakare and then the S and then ha, H, harasita ha. So you try to put this in your mind so to remember, oh yes, and then it starts with an A, the next line. Yeah. So in this way, you don't switch off while repeating it. Then your mind keeps active, and then you also, it's like exercise for the mind. Ekika dina, one day after another.
One day after another.
Ekeka grame.
Ekeka grame.
Who knows?
One village after another.
Yes. Gram. Eka chakra gram. Gram. And it mentions more with gram. Anyway, so it means village. One village after another. Or is it there the translation? You shouldn't look at the translation. I thought you knew it by heart. Okay. Laila took permission. Magina, begging. Anakuta Kare, performing the Anakuta ceremony. Sabe, all. Harasita, pleased. Hana, Hana, becoming. Translation. One village after another was pleased to beg Madhavendra Puri to allot them one day to perform the Anakuta ceremony. Thus day after day, the Anakuta ceremony was performed for some time. So I read a little more. Text 91. Ratikale takurere karaya sayana puri gosani kaila kichuga vyabojana. Sri Madhavendra Puri did not eat anything throughout the day. But at night, after laying the deity down to rest, he took a milk preparation. Pratakale punatache karila sevanna annalana eka gramera aela lokaganna. The next morning, the rendering of service to the deity began again. And people from one village arrived with all kinds of food grains. The inhabitants Annakrita dari dukta grame yata chilla gopalera geloka aniya darilla. Anna. What is Anna? Yeah, not you, because you are Indian. So yeah. Anna, that's why I say Sarira, Vijaja, Anna Delabai, Anna, it's food grain. Food grain. That's why on the Karishi, because they say. Anyway, Grita, ghee, or clarified butter. Daddy. What is daddy? Now you know. Yes, okay. Okay. If you don't know any answer, you got no breakfast. Dugda. I don't know that, but you know. You don't know? No, but I know another name for that, but not dugda. Milk. Yeah. Dugda. Dugda? Garam dugda? Hot milk. Grame. So what is grame? Grame, what is grame? We just said it. We just mentioned it. Ekachaka gram. Gram. Village. Pay attention. Yata. As such. As much. Chila. No chili. No, it doesn't mean chili. No. As there was. Gopalera age. Before the deity Gopal. Loka. Normally, what is loka? Huh? No.
Universe.
Yeah, universe. But here Prabhupada says people, all people. Aniya, bringing. Darita, Darila, place. Lokanath, Lokanath, master of the universe. Translation. The inhabitants of the village brought to the deity of Gopal as much food, grains, ghee, yogurt and milk as they had in their village. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Anna, Griha, Grita, Dadi and Dukta are food grains, ghee, yogurt and what's Dukta? Milk. Actually, there are, So Dadi starts with a D and Dukta. So yogurt, milk. Dadi, Dukta. Dadi, Dukta. Actually, these are the basis of all food. Vegetables and fruits are subsidiary. Hundreds and thousands of recipes can be made out of grains, vegetables, ghee, milk and yogurt. The food offered to Gopal in the Annakuta ceremony contained only these 5 ingredients. Yeah. Other demonic people are attracted to other types of food, which we'll not even mention in this connection. Like spinach. No. We should understand that in order to prepare nutritious food, we require only, what do we require? 1. Mention 1. In English. Milk. Yogurt. And Anna. What is Anna? Anna? Grains. Yeah, and what do we miss? Grains, ghee, yogurt and milk. Ghee. We cannot offer anything else to the deity. The Vaishnava, the perfect human being, does not accept anything not offered to the deity. People are often frustrated with national food policies, but from the Vedic scriptures we find that if there are sufficient cows and grains, the entire food problem is solved. The Vaishyas, people engaged in agriculture and commerce, are therefore recommended in Bhagavad Gita to produce grains and give protection to cows. Cows are the most important animal because they produce the miracle food milk, from which we can prepare ghee and yogurt. And cheese. He doesn't mention. The perfection of human civilization depends on Krishna consciousness, which recommend. Yeah, I was wondering, myself, this is me speaking, if in the spiritual world there's no cheese and no ice cream, because it's so nice. If we like it, then Krishna must like it too, because what we like, so, I don't know. I have to meet a very advanced soul to ask that. Someone who knows.
Which soul?
Huh?
You have to find which soul?
I have to ask a pure devotee, a very high, who can see, who can tell me. If Prabhupada would be there, now I would ask him, is there cheese? No cheese? Ice cream? No. Yeah. Preparations made from vegetables, grains, milk, ghee and yogurt are offered to the deity and then distributed. Here we can see the difference between the East and the West. The people who came to see the deity of Gopal brought all kinds of food to offer to deity. They brought all the food they had in stock, and they came before the deity not only to accept prasad for themselves, but to distribute it to others. I will read it this afternoon, this verse, for the people, so they can bring things. Everyone should bring something. Flowers, ghee, grains. It's nice that you shouldn't buy anything. People should bring everything, like that. Pardon?
Indian guests do like this.
Yeah, but the German guests has also know that. The Krishna conscious movement vigorously approves this practice of preparing food, offering it to the deity, and distributing it to the general population. This activity should be extended universally to stop sinful eating habits as well as other behavior befitting only demons. The demonic civilization will never bring peace within this world. Since eating is the first necessity in human society, those engaged in solving the problems of preparing and distributing food should take lessons from Mother Vendra Puri and execute the Annakuta ceremony. When the people take to eating only prasad offered to the deity, all the demons will be turned into Vaishnava. When the people are Krishna conscious, naturally the government will also be also. A Krishna conscious man is always a very liberal well-wisher of everyone. When such men head the government, the people will certainly be sinless. They will no longer be disturbing demons. It is then, and then only, that a peaceful condition can prevail in society. Where's this little thing? Gyániti Brandasya, Gyananjanastalakya, Chaksurumitam Jena Tasmai Sigurve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Madhupistam Stapatayera Putale Swayam Bhagavatam Tadati Bhagavatam. At home, I always chant this mantra. I don't know many mantras. These are the names of Lord Nityananda. And I've learned it by sticking it on the wall. And when I get dressed, I looked at it. And this way I learned it. And these are the names of Lord Nityananda. And it says, if you recite this every day, you develop love of God. So then it's a mantra worthy of learning. It goes like this. It's the names of Nityananda. And you can find them on the internet. Nityananda Vutendu Vasudha Prana Valava Janaviji Vitapati Krishna Prema Padapabu Padma Vadi Sutan Siman Sachinandra Puva Jova Vamagoya Gatata Rakta Gora Kalevara. Moma Valaya Krishna Prema Taite Krishna Chitai Namne Gora Tvisenama Tapta Kanchana Gorangera Devenda Vanishwari Visvana Suti Devi Pranani Hey Krishna Karuna Siddhana Badu Jagapati Gopshaku Kamta Radha Kamta Bhakti. Okay, so on the on Pamhonet it was posted a letter of Prabhupada about Germany, so I want to find it. How do you do a phone that it goes this way? Do you know how to do that on the iPhone? What do you do? So I learn it.
It's iPhone or not?
Yeah, iPhone.
You have to like this.
No, you have to do the photo. It's in the photo.
Normally, you have opened their.
Okay.
Their.
Well, but it's different maybe than yours. Anyway, sometimes it moves when you do it. Anyway, so I read it like this. It's a letter to Krishna Das, written on the 3rd of April, 1969.
Maybe I should.
Don't you see the indication by Krishna that we must make propaganda in the German language in that part of the world? So you have to adjust things by the indication of Lord Krishna. Don't do anything whimsical. The direction comes through the spiritual master. And anyone who abides by the order of the spiritual master to give shape to the wish of the Lord, he is a perfectly surrendered soul. I am so much encouraged to learn that one very nice German boy, not Russian, German boy, has come to live in your temple. This is clear evidence that being so attracted by that you are all working sincerely to serve Krishna. And now one sincere soul has been so attracted by this that he is also coming to join you. Actually, if one true Vaishnava goes to any place in the world, then this is interesting. Then the spiritually advanced, spiritually instincts of the more advanced souls he comes into contact with will be awakened, and they will automatically be attracted. So who was the first German devotee? You don't know your history? Huh?
Initiated devotee?
No, who was the first? Bhakti Bhushana was the first German devotee? Initiated. Which year?
69.
69? Bhakti Bhushana is one. Bhakti Bhushana, I know Bhakti Prabhu, Bhakti Bhushana. I know. Yeah, I know Bhakti Bhushana. Yeah, he's skinny. He is in South America preaching.
Yes.
Yeah, he was married at the time, or was getting married, whatever. Yeah. Huh? I can't hear.
Hayagriva is also from Germany.
What?
Hayagriva Prabhu.
What Hayagriva? He's
Also German.
German Haya? Because there's an American Hayagriva. There's a German Hayagriva also?
Either here or he has German roots.
Ja, ich habe auch German roots. Everyone has German roots. Mein Name ist Ohrenschlager. Ohrenschläger. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we need to make some German devotees. Yeah. So, we have to preach to the German, not only to the Russians. Because every time I come, I see new people, but they are Russian. Yeah. You speak English? No. Russian, which is nice, you know, because Russians, they have a nice mentality of serving, have a serving attitude. Germans and Dutch people, not so much, you know. They like to be in charge, to control. Russian are more like to serve. Sometimes not such good masters, but they like now. Anyway, do you have any question? Yes.
What is the name of the prayer of the Nityananda?
It just says the names of Lord Nityananda. It looks up the 12 names, or just the names of Nityananda, you will find it. It starts with Nityananda Avudutendu, Avaduta, Avudutendu, Vasuda Pran. It's that. Yeah? Okay. Any other question?
You mentioned in Srila Prabhupada's book 4 enemies. One father who has
A debtor, a son who is a rascal, a wife is beautiful,
mother who is married again, or
and the mother who marries again. Well, you see, when the mother marries for the second time, and she gets children from that second husband, or no, if the husband or if the father marries takes a second wife, then that second mother will be partial to her own children than to the children of the first wife. It's natural. It's the same like in the story of Dhruva Maharaj. You know, Dhruva is the son of the eldest queen, Suniti. And then one day, Dhruva Maharaj entered the living room, say, in a palace. And then his younger brother, Uttama, was sitting on the lap of the king. And then Dhruva also wanted to sit on the lap, and then his stepmother said, He said, I made a musical of it. It goes like, child, his son you might be, but with that I don't disagree. But that doesn't mean you can sit on his knee. You're not qualified, can't you see? Your attempt is doomed to fail because you have not taken birth from me. So, if you desire to sit on the lap of the king, then you should perform severe austerities I forgot those lines, to please the Lord Hari, and then in your next life you may take birth from me. So, which is very nasty. I gave a class in Singhachalam about that, and then I played the song sung by the recording by Gourangi, and then how his mother reacted, that she says, yes, whatever your stepmother has said, however harsh, is true and relevant. You can only fulfill your desires by the Lord's mercy. So that's why a devotee who knows that someone is beautiful, more wealthy, more stronger, can play better mridanga, can sing better, that is all due to the mercy of the Lord, and that he has performed practices, yoga or whatever, or he has studied to become expert, like that. But for hours playing mridanga till you get it really like, you see sometimes the mridanga players, and they just go like, that's beautiful, like this. And, because they've studied it, like that. So that's why you shouldn't be, so in Nisinghachalam, it was mentioned the difference between some sannyasi was speaking about envy and jealousy. And for me, envy and jealousy is very clear, but for him apparently not. I never thought of it, what the difference is. So what is the difference between jealousy and envy? What is jaloers? What is jealousy in German? Oh, who's German here? No, eifersüchtig is more envy, but...
It's not so different.
Do you have another word for eifersüchtig? Du bist Deutsch, ja? Oder auch nicht? Kennst du ein anderes Wort? Not jealous?
Jealous is and envy is
because in Nederlands we have jaloers en ook nijd. Nijd lijkt meer like envy. So eifersüchtig, and there must be something more softer. Jaloers, you don't have jealous? Anyway, so what is the difference? Anyone?
It's difficult to understand because we also don't differentiate these two.
Okay, so the difference is, if you say for instance, someone is richer than you, or someone thinks better than you, or plays better mridanga, or is a better cook. If you're jealous of that person, it is, oh, I wish I would be like that. Yes? If you're envious of him, then you don't like him to sing so nice or to play mridanga. You want to be better than him. So envy is not nice, and jealousy is just, oh, I wish I could be like this. So you don't want to diminish his position. You just want to be as good as him in mridanga, as cook, as dressing the deities. So what does Narada Muni says to Dhruva Maharaj about meeting different kinds of people? Narada Muni to Dhruva Maharaj. He says, if you meet someone who is more qualified than you, what you should do?
You got austerities.
Austerities.
You have to do austerities.
No, he didn't say that to Dhruva. Huh?
Serve them
Huh?
by doing service to them.
by learning from them. If you wanna, if you wanna become, if you play Madanga, for instance, and you see someone who plays very nice, you say, Prabhu, can you teach me how you do this? Or you're cooking, Prabhu. Your spinach is so nice. What are the ingredients? So if it's a true devotee, if it's a nice person, they will tell exactly. You put a little butter, you put a little turmeric, or you put a pinch of salt, this, you stir it, and then you add this, and exactly, But if they don't want you to be as good as them, they miss out one ingredient. So a true devotee, a true father wants his son to be better than him. So a guru would be happy if a disciple would become, better than him. You see? So that is a magnanimous soul. We should be magnanimous and teach everything we know. So I'm always teaching, telling people this, in the chamara, blah, blah, blah. Because I want the deity to be worshipped nicely, and whatever, if I see something practical, I will tell the president to maybe do this and that, just because I want the temple to be better. So if you meet someone who's more qualified, you learn from them. But what does the materialist do? They try to put them down. He's not that good. Criticize. Envious. So then, Narada Muni says to Dhruva, if you meet someone who is less qualified, what do you do? Yeah, who's not so good as you. What do you do? Yes? Yeah. Feel compassion, just like you do Sankirtan, you try to help them. You feel compassion because they're suffering. They don't know they're suffering, but they are suffering. So you feel compassion to them, and you try to teach them. So I try to teach, I try to teach everything I know to people, just for the sake of the movement, but also for them to be happy, how to be healthy, or how to be this, blah, 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 blah. So what do the not devotees do? Or also the devotees who are not that nice? They go, oh, he's so stupid, oh, he's so they put them down, oh, you're so stupid. Like that. They put people down. They like that. Why do they do that? Because then they feel themselves, I'm so much better. Oh, you're too lazy, you're too crazy. Oh, I'm the only one who's, thank God I'm humble. I'm better than all of them. So then, what Narada Muni says to Dhruva, when you meet someone who's equal.
Equal, make friendship with them.
Yes, you make friendship with them. Because if someone is more advanced than you, you try to serve them, so they teach you and how to respect. And if you're less, then then you cannot, like a young devotee, you cannot speak with everything. They don't understand, you see. So for me, I'm always happy if I am with God brothers and God sisters, because they know where we've been going through in the beginning, how it was before, And so there's no, oh, Prabhuji, or it's just we can joke and we can reminisce about the old days, and we understand because we knew how it was in Prabhupada's time, how austere we were, but also how fanatic. We had good and bad qualities, and so like that, and that's nice. So if you meet someone who's equal, you befriend them. But but the not nice persons, they try to they're envious, they're jealous, they try to compete, to become better. Which is in one sense better, which is one sense nice. You know, I try to do more books than you. If it's not in an inimical way, if it's just a fighting, you know, like a kshatriya. Boom, 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 boom. I cannot. If it's in a competitive spirit, it's a kshatriya. You know, like sometimes you have these sportsmen, they play tennis, you know, and you know, one winner, and they lose, and they go, but the sportsman go, he loses, and says, well done, you know, he says, congratulations, well done, next time I'll win, but he says, congratulations. So it's like that. That is a kshatriya spirit, you know, to be sportive. Now, there is one. There was in 10, 20, 30 years ago. There was this ice skating. You know, ladies, they go and they make pirouettes on the ice, and they dance and they jump and they do that, and they do all these things. So there were two Americans, and one wanted to be the Olympic winner. So she paid someone to smash the knees of the other one. She smashed the knees. Someone went like, her knees. So she couldn't dance. But they found out who did it, that it was her. So it was everyone were like, with her name, you know, so unsportive. So how can she do that? So you know, it's the end of her career also, and that is envy. You know, that you take the health, or if you know, like if someone is a seamstress and you cut off the finger, you know, how low can you go? So people, we can become so pure and so nice, and we can become so demonic. All of us, you know, maybe we have become a demon like this. We have been a torturer, or maybe we have been a saint. You don't know. You know, we have been a dog, we have been a monkey, we have been everything, and so now in this crystal conscious movement, we have a chance to become really like saints. Yeah, but you have to work on it. You know, it's like in the beginning you're like a piece of charcoal, black. And then by polishing, one day you become a diamond. And that's so nice about crystal consciousness. But to become a diamond, you need these qualities, you know, to be humble, to be steady, determined, to be pure, to you know, like that. And if you're sincere, and if you're, you know, serious, if you're serious, then you can make it in this lifetime. But for most of us, you know, it takes many, many lifetimes to become a pure devotee. Do you all agree? Question? Did you hear the class? Why not? You shouldn't go out all the time. You should try to fix your mind and stay in the class. Don't listen to the mind. I have to go there. I have to go do this. Slow and clear.
When we pray to Gauradesh, my dear Lord, I have this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Machare in my heart. Could you please remove these things from my heart? Can Gauradesh take it out, all this?
Well, that's just, where did I listen to it? I was listening to a class. 1 second. I forgot where. So, anyway, maybe it was, I read it about Prabhupada never falling down, or someone mentioned it. that Prabhupada in a class said, you fall down, I don't. You know, and then, what was it mentioned there? I forgot. Anyway, so then I listened to a class someone was mentioning. So then, afterwards, they saw Prabhupada in front of the deity praying. And then they asked, what were you praying for? He said, I was praying that I don't fall down. Because I pray that I don't fall down, I don't fall down. So Krishna's in your heart is remembrance and forgetfulness. So if you pray for something, you know, then he will remind you, no, don't do that, don't, that's not good, like that. But if you don't listen, then the voice becomes softer. If you listen, the voice becomes clearer and becomes more subtle, and then you know he's speaking or your mind is speaking. You know the difference. Because generally, when he speaks, it's for the best will of your soul. And when your mind speaks, it's more for your senses. Anything else? Oh, it's time already. Yeah, oh my God. No, I say, I have nothing to say about this verse. So he's tired of me talking. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Tharamita ki jai, Hari Hari Bol.